Hi friends, it's Auntie Cuckoo here, bringing you guys a Valentine DIY using Dollar Tree products. So a few of you have asked for some DIYs for Valentine's Day, so here's the first of a few. Let me show you what we're going to need for this little project. So the things that you'll need from the Dollar Tree are this little wooden planked sign. They came out a few months ago and they're staying in stores, so I did pick up quite a few. Some paint and paint brushes or sponges, and this little hanging heart sign that we're actually going to take apart and probably just use one on our sign. And then this pack of wall decals, also from the Dollar Tree, really cute, and I think we'll be using a few of the arrows. So first things first, I went ahead and took the yarn off of our arrow, and now I'm going to use some needle nose pliers to just pull the little nails in this little arrow configuration out before I give it a good sanding. I'm going to want to take off the paint that showed the purple arrow and the lettering, and here you go. It turned out quite nice after a little sanding. And now I'm just going to go ahead and brush it with a very dry brush. So dip your paint maybe on the lid of a can. This is just some Oops paint that I have in my stash. It's kind of an ivory white, and you want as little amount of paint on the brush as possible because it can pile up quite quickly, and you just want it to look like it's aged and worn and it's just been rubbed away with years of use. Kind of the farmhouse look or the rustic look or country, primitive, that sort of thing. And I'm just going to keep on brushing until I'm happy with how it looks. So those little nails left little holes and they didn't get covered up too well from the paint, so I pulled out my spackle. It is something you can buy at the Dollar Tree. It comes in a small little can, but I'm sure that you could figure out other ways to hide these little holes. I just always have quite a bit of spackle on hand, just going to blend them over the little nail holes, and then they're suddenly not visible anymore. They blend in really well with all the white paint. Our next step is going to be to pull one of the hearts off of the welcome sign from the Dollar Tree, and it's pretty easy to do. I'm going to give it a little bit of a sanding to make it a little bit more rustic. I went a little too far in the middle there, so luckily I have some red paint to touch it up with. This is some brand new sandpaper and it was just a little too rough, so I'm going to remedy that by just brushing over, especially in the center. I want the edges nice and worn, but unfortunately I went a little heavy-handed in the center, so I'm just going to fix that up real quick. And then we'll go ahead and add this little heart to our sign with our hot glue gun. So we have our finished painted heart that has been sanded, still quite worn around the edges, and we're just going to take a little bit of hot glue, and I mean little because my gun was almost empty, and put a little tiny smidge there in the center, and go ahead and place our heart as centered as we can get it. I'm already liking this. I looked at this quite a few times, even wondering if I needed to add anything else. But then I played around with the arrows, and yes, I love it plain. You could totally stop here. but I do a lot of the red and white and black, and I wanted to add the arrows. What do you guys think? So I decided it wouldn't be any harm to go ahead and add them on. They're just decals, and that way if I decided I didn't like them, I could easily remove them, but I ended up really liking them. So I'm just doing 2. I had thought of maybe doing 4, but I like the way it looks with just 1 on top going one way and 1 on the bottom going the other. So here I am just putting on the last arrow. I just went ahead with my scissors and cut them out of the long piece of the wall decal with no trouble at all. And they stick on quite nicely, and I don't think they'll need anything on top of them. It's just perfect. So here's another look at the finished product. I just put it up here up against an easel I have. It was so nice crafting outdoors today. The weather was beautiful and I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked this simple little DIY sign using Dollar Tree products for Valentine's Day, and I'll see you all very soon in the next video.